Welcome to the Gala Vision Podcast. I'm your host, Alexia Gonzalez, aka The Gala Life, and you're tuning in to episode number 6 of The Gala Life. Can't believe we're here. It's actually the first episode that we're releasing in March, so happy Women's History Month. Today I am on WFLA Network, which is Bloom TV, Todo Tampa Bay TV, and Daytime TV to talk about the Gala Vision Podcast and talk about inspiring and empowering women and all kinds of gals around Tampa Bay and beyond with my platform. And I just feel so lucky that I get to be with so many empowering and inspiring women to talk about this today, like Gail Gerardo from Bloom TV, Farron Hip and Maggie Rodriguez from Daytime, and VC Valderrama from Todo Tampa Bay. I got to talk to all of these amazing women today about Gala Vision and the Gala Life. So just a really great way to kick off Women's History Month. And this episode is all about women empowering women, women leadership, and just being a badass gal, because that's what we're all about. So tune in, get comfortable, let's talk Gala Vision.
Welcome back. The point of our next segment is to inspire and empower, because that's the main message behind a new podcast that's based right here in Tampa Bay and hosted by a familiar face here at Daytime, Alexia Gonzalez. Through the podcast called Gala Vision, she's hoping to share words of wisdom and conduct interviews that will help people remember that their story is worth celebrating. Alexia Gonzalez, welcome back. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited to chat with you.
Yeah, I mean, I love following you on social media, all the things that you do. Why now the podcast?
Oof, well, it's always been my dream to have my own morning show, and I thought, I don't see any networks running to give me one, so let's start it on my own. I treat it as, it's Good Morning America every week in my little studio, and I really, manifest that real life show that is now something that was always an idea. I've been in the media industry since I was very young, doing soap operas and entertainment reporting, and then I went to school to obtain my master's in communications and digital media studies. And there I realized, communications is such a broad spectrum. You don't have to box yourself in. You can really follow your dreams and do those things that you've been wanting to do, especially now with the digital landscape. It's so accessible and easy to create those things that you want to put out there. So the Gala Vision came to life as my podcast. It's my media outlet where I highlight local lifestyle in Tampa Bay, female empowerment, career, life as a business owner and a content creator. There I'm drinking a local coffee from a different St. Peter, Tampa Bay coffee shop on every episode. So it's really about bringing visibility to those places that I love and I go to every day in Tampa Bay, and also to those businesses and other women and creators who inspire me. So I just want to inspire someone else too.
That's great, because you get to be a little bit of here and there and everywhere, and people that tune into the podcast get to kind of live in a little bit vicariously through you, but you also encourage people to go out and make those experiences for themselves.
100%. It's the connections that I've made in this community that have led to me living the career that I've always dreamt of and doing it on my own. And I have a group called St. Pete Gals. It's an influencer and creator community that we collaborate with local businesses. We highlight this on the podcast quite a bit. I interview business owners and other women. We just talked about my necklace collaboration that I recently did. I'm wearing the necklace.
You talked about that on your podcast, and I'm like, wait, she didn't give us all the tea. I want to know more about it.
Yeah, so I collaborated with a local jewelry designer, shout out Jessica Santander Designs, and she approached me and said, hey, I really want to collaborate with you on a unique piece. I've never done an influencer collaboration. And I thought, oh my God, I have a necklace that my grandfather, my abuelo, gave me in my younger years. That's always been a source of confidence and power for me when I need it. So how can we recreate this to give other women that inspiration and power when they need it? So the Gala Life heart necklace came to life. It's a beautiful heart. I'm wearing it now, an amethyst stone, which is my birthstone. My birthday was in February. So just a lot of beautiful messaging surrounding this piece, and a tangible item that I can actually have on me and give to other women and see other women wearing it and styling it. It's so special.
And it's beautiful, can I just say that for you. Now, you recently received a nomination for Best Local Influencer. I saw that too. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. I'm so passionate about the local Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater community, and I work quite closely with Visit St. Pete Clearwater Tourism Board to create content. I feature it on my podcast quite a bit. I highlight businesses, stuff to do, museums, art galleries, creators, and they nominated me in this new category of Best Local Influencer. And I thought, wow, that is just, I feel so honored, so inspired and lucky that I get to create in this community that I call home and love so much.
And so many people look up to you as a part of that too. So thanks for all that you do in the community. And it's just fun to follow you. So
yes, girl, we have to have
fun.
Here.
Yes,
Thank
girl.
you so much.
All right, again, her podcast is called Gala Vision, so make sure you check that out.
On a panel for the Women in Leadership Conference, I got to speak about how to build your brand and how to be an influencer. So that was really exciting to be able to return to my alma mater and talk all things women in leadership. I'm going to drop some footage from the conference in this podcast episode so you can see all the empowerment that took place. To be able to go on these programs and talk about my baby, Gala Vision, and all of the exciting Gala Life updates that have happened. And you know what? I always get nervous, especially in a setting like this. As many times as I've done this, there's always a little bit of nerves, but I think that's a good thing. It's healthy to be nervous because it helps you be more authentic and real and organic. But you always have to remember it's a conversation, regardless of if you're giving a 90-second elevator pitch for a new job or if you're on a television show. You just have to think about it as a natural conversation because that's how you'll get your points across in the best way and connect with people and make your speech or whatever you're talking about effective. Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of the Gala Vision Podcast. I am at Florida State University for the Women in Leadership Conference taking place at the College of Communication and Information, where I graduated with my master's degree from Florida State. So this is really cool that I get to be back here to talk about all things female empowerment, women in leadership, how to build your brand, how to be an influencer, and kicking off as an entrepreneur. So I'm in a conference room that I was going to sit and film the whole episode of this episode in, but it's really weirdly lit, kind of dark. They gave me this room for the podcast, but I think I'm going to take it outside and kind of start roaming. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So this is the Turnbull Convention Center, and this is where the Women in Leadership Conference is taking place. Say hi to Ariel.
My name is Ibra Andri. I'm the Associate Dean in the College of Communication and Information. So welcome to the Women in Leadership. This is our 11th year. This is an effort from the college that started a long time ago when we were connecting our students with mentors. We started with about 5 mentors and 10 students in a small room having breakfast. And then a couple years later, it turned into 25 mentors and 75 students in what was Miller Hall. And the noise was so loud we couldn't hear each other. And we couldn't kick people out. Nobody wanted to leave. So we said, we've got to do something different and more structured. So after a couple of years, we started the Women in Leadership Conference, the very first year, and we just had one speaker and a networking event. We've done different iterations of it over time, different variations, tables, not tables, small sessions, large sessions. And this is our 11th year. We get over 300 people attending, a lot of students, a lot of alumni, and it's a lot of college people. So the people speaking, at least half of the people speaking on the stage are alumni of our college, and more than 70% are FSU alumni. So it's a way of connecting our alumni to our students. So when you think of the role of this thing, there's a couple things that happen. Students learn from alumni and students learn from mentors in the community. But the people in the audience, the people on the stage actually learn from each other. So what you see is these women that are strong and powerful and empowered come and connect with each other and build that community too. So they're connecting with the community, they're connecting alumni to students. So there's a whole bunch of networking going on, there's a whole bunch of mentoring going on, and a whole bunch of connections. And those are the things that help women advance in the workforce. Those are the things that help us grow in our communities. And I think if we can foster those connections now, those are lifelong connections that will help these people grow and become successful.
I just got to chat about how to build a brand here on this stage with an amazing group of women. I hope I get that video to share with you too and to include on the podcast.
The Women in Leadership Conference is such a special event, an opportunity for students and women alike in this community to understand that we have to empower one another and lift each other up in order to succeed. There's room for everybody, and we all have unique talents that we can provide.
I got from this event and from the panel a lot of energy and good vibe. I can see how the students are excited about becoming professors and learning from faculty. So it was just beautiful to see all these new faces just asking questions.
Women in leadership is such, first off, just a really broad topic, but I feel like they really bring it together with so many insightful topics and just women in so many different fields. It's not just people who do one thing or think in one way, just in the panels themselves. Because the panels will be about, how to build your brand, but they'll have people on social media or people who work for LinkedIn and have cultivated their brands in different ways.
I really believe in the mission to build a community of women, and leadership is a very broad term, so anyone can be a leader. I think being at conferences like this really just show you that you can be a leader, you can show up. I think that is the reason I'm here, is to see that magic of connecting people with other people happen.
But to have opportunities like this, to see women in leadership, thought leaders, innovators, and how their stories can impact my future and taking their advice and their learnings really is such an amazing opportunity for students at FSU.
This is one of my favorite events that we do as a college. I find it energizing. I love being here. I love being around the students. I love hearing the students network with professionals and alumni of our programs, and I always learn a lot.
I'm in a field where it's mostly male dominated, so it's really empowering and nice to be able to resonate with these empowering women, and they can speak about their personal experiences, and I feel that I can relate to a lot of it, and so it makes me feel a lot less alone.
It is always important to remember your why. Why you do what you do is so important because it's going to help be your North Star as you go throughout your career.
And I'm so glad that FSU is leading these kind of events. We need to empower women, especially women of color. And I think that this is just one example of the activities that we can do to embrace the education, higher education in our community.
I think a lot of times women are pitted against each other, and really it should be about raising each other up and encouraging one another. And conferences like this really do a great job of helping to build networks